Blackness. So much black, no. Alright. I'm a little bit late for this intro, but it doesn't look like everyone's here anyway. Nonetheless. Oh, there was an ECL battle happening, although it's filled up. Nonetheless. Hello, my name's Azaka. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Azaka here. I'm going to bring you the 5th day of the Asia Division scoring phase. We're going to be watching the BOD versus KG battle for the 5th day. Following that, we'll be watching the AAA versus BRG in the 2nd round. Right now, we're going to be seeing a Harbor City battle. Hopefully, it is enjoyable, and I hope you guys enjoy. So, nonetheless, let's get the show on the road. Just waiting on one more player from BOD. And I hope you guys enjoy watching the CBL with me. This, so far, has been more exciting than previous seasons because of the unit variety. Although the strategies have not really been spectacular, I have been seeing some great plays. Probably relying on that player skills and, obviously, intuition. Very few teams can really pull off the real stratagem that can win them the victory. But nonetheless, I wish the best for both. What the hell? Too many guys from KG just joined in. Nonetheless, I do hope we get to see an exciting battle, and I hope you guys enjoy watching with me. So, for those that are joining us, I do hope that you realize that it is a 3-minute delay, so I'll be unfortunately slow to react to your messages. Just eating some chocolate. I think I ate too much chocolate. I'm definitely not going to be sleeping well tonight. First battle on the way. I'm going to get some more water during the break. But look at the muskets. They have 5 muskets, 4 pikes. 1 dual blade. Again, the dual blades appearing does seem to be very nice. We have 7 pikes for the attacking team. BOD is attacking first. Lineup looks pretty cav heavy. We've got quite a few cavs. About a third cav, actually. We have only maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cavs. 8 cavs coming out from the attackers. Does look like a lot of shield maidens still being chosen for KG as the defenders. Just a few cav. Probably equal numbers of cav for either side. We got some Varangian guards being pulled out. Pretty tier 5 heavy. About a 50-50 split for BOD between tier 5 and tier 4. I think the tier 5 is heavy team here in this case is going to see probably a better performance overall. Really going to rely on 2 major fights to really decide the victory here. BOD is going to really need to burn out some of the units. Do not think that they can win up front at this case. Interestingly enough, we still have some Fenris coming out. Fenry, really a another unit that hits above weight. Difficult to really utilize. Difficult to really utilize as it is more or less really watching the armor. Hi, New Mexican. How you doing? Yo, yo. 3-minute delay on. So we have a couple of culverins already going down. The naturals are being destroyed by trebs. Surprisingly, BOD is not deploying any mortars. No, there are 2 mortars on the right-hand side here. We got a good old culverin at the front. Normally a culverin at the front can destroy all of that. No need to waste some trebs, although I don't think trebs have been used. It does look like the spectator mode is not updated properly. Nevertheless, we will still keep an update. We'll try to keep you updated as much as I can. Really much prefer the good old tab. The old tab. Have I streamed the BJPT? 3 minutes delay, by the way. So, hello, Mask Flames. I hope you enjoy the commentary for BOD versus KG. You're probably hearing this 3 minutes in the future, but BPJT is not playing tonight because CJSH, the guys that they were playing against, has given up. So they have forfeited and not going to fight in the second round for tonight. I did not sign up for that one anyway. I'll be watching the AAA versus BRG. Nothing of progress have made. Oh well. No progress have been made by the attackers so far. Have destroyed probably 2 generations of siege towers so far. This musket is in a very strange spot. What are you gonna do? Knock him off. One more. I think he's basically trapped there until a little bit later. Gotta be a little bit piranha. We got some village watchmen doing a climb there on the left-hand side. Try to protect your mortars with infantry. Does seem like a 3. But nonetheless, Mask Flames, I do hope if you have any other requests, I'll try to meet them as best as I can. We're getting a lot of
First blood.
KG actually killed somebody, but where? Probably coming up on the village watchman. Don't see a dead body here. No dead body. Actually kills the musket that was there as well. Probably 2 guys came up here. One went for the musket, one died, distracting them. Probably got grabbed. So, left-hand siege tower did go down again. The middle siege tower is going to probably make it to the wall fairly healthy. And we have this one at half health. Does look like KG did use quite a bit of their resources just now. Only 2 cannons left. Not really much time gained. This is very concerning, as this could be a drawn-out fight, which is a good thing for BOD. BOD really needs to avoid a direct confrontation. I think tier 5 heavy for the defenders will give them the edge in a front frontal confrontation. But then again, some special units might be able to change. I know, right? The buildings are intact. But that's because I'm in spectator mode. I have the same observer tools, but I think observer mode is disabled, technically. Mortar shot. Wow, very far away. Big, massive retreat here. KG moving back away. Whew! Nice hit as well. Good pressure. Unfortunately, because they retreated all at once, there was just basically a train line. Gonna have to be careful. The mortars are already deployed. I would definitely keep retreating back. At least keep on the move. You've already lost a couple to mortar fire, which is not a good start. Ooh, you lost like 20. You lost like 19 to mortar fire just now. So right now they'll probably keep using the wall against you. Oh, there's also a ballista being deployed. I've seen ballistas be deployed down the middle section. You can't get under them by staying next to the front here. Now, backing completely off, BOD making a slow approach, used a lot of artillery. I mean, that's a lot of mortars. If you were wanting to gain space, I wouldn't commit this many mortars. 2 is enough already to scare them off, but the number they put down was like 10. So, still having 11 left does mean that they will be able to push them out of the next defense position. But, again, wasted resources are wasted resources. They're still checking and scoping out. Naturally, I would also be wary of a quick attack, but nice setup leads them to being very secure. How it is are nice against cavalry. No winged hussars out on the field. Winged hussars will do very well against the halberdiers. Will probably crush them, in fact. I think the Liao Rangers also do fairly well. And wow, what is this? Some Fenrir. Hi, Dad. Thank you. Fenrir is getting slapped here at the backhand side, just getting killed. Unfortunate for BOD, one of their guys just DC'd. Again, DCing does not mean DC does not mean that you can restart. Any DCs is basically, you have to rely on your own internet to stay connected. Hopefully he does come back. I don't believe that he won't. But right now it's 14v15, and another section of mortars could come out, pressuring them out of this spot. Doing a massive hit of a mortar right into the center of that formation. Pretty deadly, if I do say so. Every mortar shot is creating so much value. KG is pushing up through the center. Some snipes from the Demez Arbalist. Although they are a low tier unit, they are attached to a Chevalier. The Chevaliers are not really the best cavalry around. They they go toe to toe with some units, just not that great entirely. The center section getting pushed up by BOD. The mortars still could come in for that section. Don't really need to engage this as long as you have the artillery firing through. That Treb there, not going to hit very much, but very much frightening to watch. Could be caught between here and the sandwich. I definitely would not push up through the center just yet. You want to kind of engage one of the sides one at a time and make sure that they don't squeeze you there in the center. Pooling all the way over could go for a supply push. I would have kept a force in the center here, keeping this force locked down. They've already reacted and pushed towards forward. This is a nice roadblock. Medallion not exactly, but he dies though. Lethal March did try to come through. A corner is very bad for the defenders in this case. Really, really going to be painful to stand there as a Treb lands right on the Chevaliers and killing probably most of the Arbalists. The Imperial Spear Guard do an amazing job. Here comes some Varangians getting stopped by the Silidars. Silidars are very, very amazing, in fact, activating that get over here ability to reduce the damage coming out from the Varangian guards. Remember that they reduce the damage by 50% when they hit them with the pushback attack. Something that is very underutilized coming out from the Silidars. Unfortunately, the defenders are getting absolutely massacred here. A rear charge by Liao did end up in failure by the looks of it. Probably killed a couple of Medals by the looks on the floor. This is not looking good as finally reinforcements for the attackers get on top of the supply point. Only the Medals are standing. The heroes are close to death here. Look at them. Dropping like flies. 4 of them just drop to the floor almost instantly as those Daggerak Lancers comes roaring. Well, not roaring through, more like they were just cleaving their way through. The Medal's not really strong enough to kill them by the looks of it, but the Medals and Halberdiers from the attackers have secured the supply point, desperate to maintain. The reset is continuously happening. That Liao Ranger managed to stop the cap yet again, but I don't believe there is anyone left on the field. Respawn comes out. Half squad of Shield Maidens probably going to rush towards the base point, and that's probably what you need to do. Every single one of KG needs to rush towards the base point, but there is a hard roadblock here in at the supply point. Loyal guards, Varangian guards could take this fight, but it's very bad to go into pole arms. And whoa, another roadblock. There is only this small gate here. It's very easy to hold once a Fortebraccio gets there, and he does. Also with some loyal guards, that's a nice hold coming out from BOD. BOD takes the first attack on Harbor City quite handily. I would say that was a impressive display coming out from BOD. Really got that flow in, setting up, coming in. I thought they were going to be a little bit weak on the artillery. Some artillery being used. They managed to get the right and the middle siege tower up on the wall. Surprising that KG didn't suppress the siege towers a little bit more, make them a little bit more stressed for time. When it comes down to battle, was very obvious that position was great on the right and the middle, but once we switched over to the supply side, it's an absolute death sentence when we come in for that final. You never want to take that hard corner. Every hard corner matchup has always been a death sentence for no matter who's attacking and who's defending, because a hard corner means that you are unable to bring all of your forces to bear, and you gotta go forward, then you gotta turn, and then you gotta go forward again, and you lose a lot of momentum. What is also key is setup. When we need to bring in range, there's not really enough space, and obviously getting completely wiped out by that treb didn't help either. Well done, BOD. I do think a gap in the defense on the left-hand side is being exploited by more than one team. We have seen this before, and we're going to probably see it again in the future. But nevertheless, we're going to have to wait and see if someone actually finally comes up with a counter to the strategy of taking out the left-hand side. Left-hand side supply point is pretty much a go-to right now for victory on Harbor City. Harbor City is probably one of the easier maps to attack, much less defend. But we have seen some good defenses before. Let's see if someone can pull off a good defense now. Attackers coming in. KG, now BOD will be defending. Hopefully we'll see a better performance out from KG. They did seem to want to use tier 5 to win up front, so maybe they'll have a better performance in a direct fight when they are the aggressor and the BOD might be on the back foot as the defender. Again, there are types of players that are really good in aggression and exploiting weakness where they see it, but there is also people who are very resilient to getting attacked and can maintain battle lines. When you gotta figure out what kind of player you are, and you gotta figure out whether or not you're good at your role. But then again, sometimes also the units matter. Sometimes, well, back in the past, frontline really didn't really matter, since the frontline just kept exploding, and it's very hard to maintain. But I hope that with this current balance, we get to see more dynamic, more variety of plays or styles. The heavy infantry style is definitely one that is here to stay. The Martian stalwarts are pretty popular, I would say, but shield maidens are still in the lead of the most seen unit in this game. Medals also surprisingly coming in quite a lot. I'm very surprised that Medals are being picked over Halberdiers and Border Rushers, since they would not be my nominal pick for a pike or a polearm unit. Medals will probably benefit more by themselves rather than in combination. So I think if you were to have Medals would be either your center line without shields, or your flanks. So there would be basically your rear guard type units. Halberdiers are, again, kind of like your secondary line. They're really great at maintaining formation, but they're not really frontline material. ECL? Yeah. Unfortunate. It's just, the number of slots for dedicated streams or dedicated observers are limited. So there are some matches where it's completely booked out, and I'll tell you right now, every single one of the ECL ones basically gets booked out pretty hard. Like, I honestly wanted to watch the ECL versus BPJT, but there are already too many people, and that's the thing. Like, when there's too many people, you can't really do anything about that. If they get observer mode working again, I can actually switch between battles depending on which one I think is more interesting. And I could leave it up to the viewers to decide which battle I should be watching. That's always nice. So, again, I do hope that I try to watch a wide variety of so yeah. If they get observer mode working again, we'll be able to switch between battles at will. Right now we're just hard locked. Anyway, second battle between KG versus BOD. Going to be watching a mole. Actually, I didn't notice this before, but there's a mole on KG's side. I probably was there before, but I just didn't notice it. Still, a lot of medals coming out. I'm wondering what makes them so confident in medals. Lots of Dagger Lancers does seem to be a cavalry of choice for a lot of teams. And look at the muskets. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7 muskets coming out from BOD. With one longbow, one dual blade, and one longbow. Longbow, it's a very nice class for Harbor City. I think you're going to be suppressing those things very easily. The number of shields coming out from BOD is actually kind of small, so that is another point. But the Liao Rangers, whoa! Holy smokes, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like 8, maybe 6. There's either 6 or 8 Liao Rangers coming out from KG. And again, tier 5 heavy. More shields coming out from KG, so probably in a direct confrontation, I do think KG does have the upper hand, and if they make use of their artillery, I don't think BOD is gonna have an easy time to defend against KG in this case. But nonetheless, I do believe that Harbor City has kind of always been the map where attackers have had a unusually high success rate in the lower tier, but when teams start to become more skilled or more strategic minded, Harbor City becomes about a 50-50. So I definitely think that naturally Harbor City is one of the easier maps to attack. But when it comes down to it, it's quite an even map between skilled teams. But that is assuming that both teams are equally skilled. Well, they could be equally skilled, it's just that they both win their attacks. And we'll probably go down to a field battle. But we'll have to see. We'll definitely have to see. BOD and KG both did not really display very many spectacular skills. I do think Chevaliers were picked from KG in their defense, but not really getting the value that they thought they would. One of the most important things I always keep telling people about Chevaliers is that the thing that makes them go crazy is the double shot. It's the double shot doctrine. Because doctrines are not used in the... Oh, KG is inside, putting down a ballista. Can you actually see that set of stairs? You can, in fact. One ballista at that set of stairs could poke them right off of it. Put some mortars down and shell shock them from above. Could definitely scare the shebeezes out of these guys, push them across to a different section. Control of the enemy placement is key when using artillery. That's what you want to do, suppress the enemy. I do think the most difficult thing about Harbor City is destroying all of these naturals. Why aren't you destroying these naturals? Unless you're going through a front gate or an inside push, like at this point, because you're not putting very much focus in destroying these naturals. These Hawatchers, do not be fooled. 2 Hawatchers can easily take down a siege tower. Easily take down a siege tower. And you have 4 of them. There's still a cannon left as well. Getting a Treb for a Culverin, not bad. Again, the Treb is actually not as effective or threatening for the attackers on Harbor City, since people are so used to fighting inside the city where the Trebs are limited or very predictable. Siege towers are probably going to go down again. We still have this little bit of skirmishing on the inside. Surprisingly, the longbow is trying to destroy the mortar. Does successfully. Probably took quite a few shots though. Only does around about 150 per hit, and I mean, like a shortbow does it faster. I also want to point out that when you see your own siege towers at like low health, good teams will destroy it because they know that the enemy team is just waiting. I wouldn't have destroyed that. The enemy team actually destroyed that siege tower before they even get halfway. The longer you need to like. A sign of a bad team is missing opportunities. Opportunity is suppression of these siege towers. How long can you hold a siege tower at near death? How long can you keep the siege towers off the wall? This is already shaping up to be a better defense than KG's one because they have been able to maintain their supply of artillery. KG is not suppressing the wall with with mortars, but instead have used a couple of trebs to destroy a couple of culverins, but not enough. They're gonna lose a lot of times if the siege towers goes down yet again. The only thing is BOD is wasting a lot of. Oh, very short. Need to get a little bit closer, but that's what the muskets come in handy for. That's... Whoa! Middle siege tower actually gets to the wall. What are you doing? You have like 6 left. Will you defend on the wall? That's very surprising that the middle siege tower got off on the wall. I thought they would maintain destruction on all siege towers. But, I mean, then again, very early destruction. Only 1 siege tower up is actually not a bad thing. If I was to lead a fight, realistically, like thinking about everything, save as much resources as you possibly can, allow 1 siege tower up on the wall, maintain destruction on the left-hand siege tower as much as possible because that one has the shortest distance with the middle siege tower. The longest distance here on the right-hand siege tower could just actually have 1 Falconetti just constantly shooting it and having a Culverin to supplement it. I do think KG could make use of this siege tower by having a 2-pronged attack. Otherwise, like, what they could end up doing is sending a force through this small gate and taking this stairs. I would also peek through the front gate because, again, what's most threatening is actually this siege tower. Having a group on this siege tower, have a group go through the front gate, take that left-hand side, get some guys here on this left-hand side. If they push up to pass towards the A point, you've got them. You've got them already. And you can just treb the shit out of them as they are lined up for you right across here. Don't even need to go up the siege tower. As long as you're there on the siege tower, they have to have rear guards facing you. And in the end, you'll probably be able to squish them really easily. Cut off their reinforcements and fight them slowly across here. Unless they counterattack, then you're pretty much going to bank on your guys in the rear to blast through their rear guard. But time is a-wasting. Time's a-wasting. We are wasting a lot of time. KG, really... What the hell are you doing over here?
My axe can't handle.
I didn't even notice that this guy was so far in the back. Does look like the glaive will deal with him. You never really want to pay attention to the back section. They really are just wasting time. Resting on the battle is important. KG really needs to make a really smart move and not fight them on the middle siege tower. If anyone fights, like, it's really good, in fact, that the defenders, in this case BOD, is holding the other 2 siege towers still hostage and leaving the middle siege tower to actually get up, because this middle siege tower, they want to fight on the wall, because even if they do get treb, whoop. Smart move, finally. Take the left side stairs. Go left side stairs. You need to move. Why are you sitting there? They've already lost initiative. They're about to get pushed out. My goodness. My goodness. Lack of decisiveness. KG just got pushed out from the front gate now. Could switch up for the tower, but that's a dumbass idea. That trap's going to be absolutely useless. Your loyal guards, why? Foolish decision. Maximum content, right? Maximum. Oh my goodness. This siege tower is going to get suppressed so hard right now, and those Balconetti guns are still not empty. One hero gets knocked off. We have Siladars at the front here with a mix of shield maidens and a lot, and they're actually slaughtering the stalwarts at the front here. Iron Reapers comes charging through. Everyone is backing off. This is a failure from KG. Again, lack of decisiveness. You should have just went straight through the front gate. Straight through the front gate. Take that left-hand side stairs, the weaker side stairs, because you know it's weak, because most of the guys are suppressing the middle siege tower. And you've kept this Hawacha up. This is a free Hawacha. This is... Oh, man. Yep. Wow. KG. I know you're afraid, but sometimes your decision to make plays is utterly stupid. You wait too long. If the front gate's not available, go for the left-hand small gate. This is a team that does. You left the fire pots alive. Both the fire pots alive? Oh my goodness. There is only one loyal guard here on the left-hand side. Just smash through it. If you want any shot at winning and getting a point off of these guys, keep pushing. Do not even look at the right-hand side. Why are you looking at the right-hand side? You just need to get up onto the wall. Go, 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 go! Do not slow down. There is literally halberdiers here at the front. You are trebbing yourself here. This is dumb. Do not treb the front line. Treb behind their front line. Because as reinforcements comes up, you can kill off their front line. You have sold yourself, you mother of... What are you doing here on the right-hand side? Every single cavalry is now on that supply point. Are you out of infantry? Yes, you're probably out of infantry, actually. You have just lost the wall, because not only did you soul yourself, you could have killed that halberdier and smacked them as they arrived for reinforcements. But now, the rest of your units, which is slow as fuck, your Madals, I mean, like, shield maidens being very fast and sprinting the entire time. But, Jesus! My goodness! Individually, your players are dumb. Tactically, your team is split. Why have so much cavalry if you're not even confident at gaining the wall? Always my biggest gripe to people who take double cavalry. I don't think anyone from KG took double cavalry, but it's just a sad reality that attacking team, in particular, cannot go heavy cavalry. Cannot go cavalry, like, heavy on cavalry. You cannot go heavy on cavalry, because if the defender decides to hold the wall, like this, with full-on infantry, and you lose even one infantry, that is a massive difference you have to overcome. Disappointment in KG's decisiveness. BOD doing very well, in fact. I'm surprised people don't use this more often. Let the middle siege tower get to the wall, destroy the other two. This saves you resources, and this allows you to suppress the other siege towers way more. Balconetti staying alive was really great. Pressure from KG was extraordinarily lax. All of the muskets, like, the point of all of these muskets was to destroy the mortars that was suppressing the sections, and that's really hard to get your mind around, because as the mortars, like, you need to suppress the wall. KG couldn't get a single siege tower up. Couldn't get a siege tower up because they wanted to. BOD killed every single siege tower. By the end of that, the middle siege tower was still the only siege tower up on that wall. First thing on every single siege, destroy every single piece of artillery. Every single piece of artillery that is visible. None of the naturals should be staying up. No naturals should stay up. The front gate should be destroyed. And the next step is suppressing the wall. If the enemies are on the wall, you can definitely bet they're going to fight you on the wall. The only time where it would be unwise for the enemy to fight you on the wall is where you have multiple avenues to get up. Meaning multiple siege towers have reached the wall. If you see a siege tower being guarded, do not go up it. Do not go up it. Unless there is literally just one guy with serfs running into a defensive position will get you killed. I was very surprised that not only did BOD counterattack to push up that siege tower, they actually started to go down the siege tower, which is absolutely dumb. Absolutely dumb. Me, I don't like anyone at this point. Everyone just frustrates the hell out of me. Everyone just frustrates the hell out of me, and it's just, I feel like everyone's stupid, but I know that everyone's stupid, including myself. So I just find it really funny. Just find it really funny. Oh man. Grassland Assault. Let's see if I can get on this action. Man. KG, you really need to step up your game if you want to have any chance of getting to the finals. Finals, like knockout division. Getting to the knockout division. Sometimes I feel like it's just the luck of the draw. If there's so many bad teams just like in the lineup or the scoring phase, if you just get into a bad group, an easy group, I mean, then you'll just score everything, and that's what I sometimes feel about some teams. What I find obviously frustrating is watching teams that are obviously new and just watching them just getting their asses handed to them. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Alright, so we got a bonus one. Gonna be very unfortunate if they start the next set of battles without me, but that's what I get for joining in this one. Alright, bonus round. Don versus WLBG. They're here on Grassland Assault. Hopefully I don't miss out on watching the... Hopefully I don't miss out watching my own battle. But nevertheless, hope you guys will enjoy this one, this bonus. Lots of Liao Rangers. Very confident in the Liao Rangers. No, like, about 50-50 cap, like, more like 75-25 cavalry infantry right now. If I was just talking about the high tier, about 50-50 if I include the surf units, but surf don't count. About a 50-50 split for WLBG though. Got some Fortibraccios. Finally, some nice Fortibraccios, man. Fortibraccio is going to be the bane of the cavalry from Don. Don is going to get their ass handed to them because of those Fortibraccios. 100% bet those Fortibraccios will definitely pay for themselves. These Liao Rangers, strong as they may be, an F1 formation Fortibraccio is going to lock them up in a nightmare. Yeah. The process of, like, with all professional games, an AC push is coming out. 3 guys go to secure their own side, and 12 guys go on to attack the A point. The B section completely left abandoned, so anyone that goes into the B section is going to be stranded there, and it does look like WLBG has not noticed that there is an entire army here going straight for this A point. This is going to be very bad. One guy from WLBG is going towards the C point right now, and we're going to be watching the battle kick off as the two sides square each other up. Oh man, cavalry swings for the backside. Winged Hussars trying to wrap around. My goodness, what are you going to do with this kind of attack? Here comes an assault. Winged Hussar goes across the point, gets semi-stopped there in the center by Liao Rangers. This is like just bodies being used to stop a Winged Hussar, although that Winged Hussar charge was very effective, I believe. Just the mass, just completely outnumbered here. Absolute advantage here on the A and the C point. Suppress this point, and just attack, do a pseudo attack towards the base point. Keep those guys there, and then surround the B point. Go for a triple cap. This is easy textbook play for an AC advantage. Right now, holding on to this point. Very bad move, not having mainstay infantry. Got a worthless ranged unit sitting in the back there with some chevaliers. Really just completely outnumbered here. When you're a chevalier, you're really wanting to outnumber the enemy, but if you're outnumbered, you're worse. You're worse. A Winged Hussar charge coming in from the side could pick up a massive hit. Whoa! Takes out a good chunk. On the swing back, this is going to be very deadly. The Liao Rangers could finish them off very easily, but here at the B point is what matters, as WLBG just gets completely wiped out. Liao Rangers is unstoppable right now, as they just chunk the enemy down into oblivion. There is a continuous assault there at the C point. I do think that the move towards the C point was an ill-advised move. Now coming up with Shield Maidens, they're going to kill and slaughter their way up towards the finisher here. Now with the triple cap advantage, Don could easily clear this out by continuously suppressing the piecemeal units coming out from WLBG. There's a cataphract that turns around for a charge when it should just realistically not be there. Now completely suppressed in their own point. WLBG going for the B point is an absolutely dumbass move, and really need to get that supply point back. Get the supply point back. Get Don the hell out of their side of the map, because right now they are barely scraping the forces that is pressuring down on their base point, and the time is ticking. Less than 35 seconds to go as percentages keep dropping second by second. WLBG not able to muster the forces, as one by one they're getting slaughtered out here. not able to muster up the forces. You have to come in together. What is this? Man, you're probably already onto your third units, and this is not good. Cataphracts going up against Winged Hussar. That is a bad day, as they get completely wiped out. What is the point of defending your base point when you can't even get a point back? And that is a close. Whoa. That is very unfortunate. And closing out for WLBG, Don takes the field battle very easily with a mass of Liao Rangers completely decimating everything that WLBG could muster. And honestly, WLBG making some really terrible moves. Again, completely outnumbered at the A point, decides to avoid direct confrontation and instead push forward and try for a flank. What's the point of a flank if the enemy is not distracted with anything? Then again, going towards the C point, also a very dumbass move because you are very insufficient and very undermanned. If you were going to go for the C point, I would have abandoned A completely. What's the point? Like, this is where you need to react faster. If the enemy goes for an AC push, I would have everyone at B point go to the C point. I would have everyone at the A point go for the B point and flip the map. I've seen this before. I've seen a double AC push from both sides, and they flip the map. Each side had the other one, and they rushed towards the B section. You already have the B point, meaning that if you capture C, all the more threatening for them to be on the other side of you, you go straight for the base point. You want to pressure the enemy to equalize the pressure. If you try to defend the A point outnumbered, you have to be gaining something else elsewhere. Unfortunately, there is very little time to react, and it is just unfortunate. So, LBG, I'm not sure if you had 14 from the beginning, but this is not good. Not good at all. Not good at all coming out from your... not coming out from your strategy. Coming in piecemeal as well, taking fights where you shouldn't really be taking. Don, very well done, very super aggressive, but again, just sweeping out the enemy from point to point. What the hell? There are so many people here. Why are there so many people here? Am I gonna see a give up here? You're kidding! Holy shit. Really, that was a forfeit. Another forfeit. Oh man. A lot of forfeits coming out. I think this is just timing issue. I hope teams are not breaking apart. I really do hope that, like, again, one of the hardest things about organization is getting everyone there. And when teams don't show up, it becomes very difficult for us, the spectators, in the current setup, to watch matches. So it's very important that we know which matches are ongoing, and which matches are set to play and which matches are not, so that we can actually get in to spectate matches that will hopefully be entertaining. That was as entertaining as Crossroad. Walking the Crossroad, yeah. Oh, we're a minute early, but that's alright. Well, actually, we're a few seconds early. It's 9 o'clock right now. So, luckily I was able to switch. Does look like BRG forfeited against AAA, so no battle for there. I was able to get into GNG versus SKZ. Nevertheless, we are here, back again on Harbor City. So, question. GNG is attacking first. We got a Falconetti, 1 Falconetti, 2 Halberdiers. Whoa, more Halberdiers than I could count, actually. That is 4, that is 3, that is 7. Double tier 5 coming out from the defenders, but a kind of mix, about 2/3 tier 5, tier 5, 1/3 tier 3, getting tier 4 getting supplemented by tier 3s. And whoa! SKZ coming out with this bold strategy of full-on cavalry. Actually might just win. There's not as many there's one for the ratio. The Halberdiers do match up well, but not against this much cavalry. So this might be the legendary sally out on a Harbor City, no doubt. The most important thing is timing. What is the timing? Will you wait until the siege towers are halfway through? Halfway there. Halfway siege towers could be very surprising. SKZ, you might be the most surprising thing tonight. I'm wondering what your plan is. We've got a couple of guys there coming out from the small gate. I'm very wondering if they've noticed that they're switching. They started to sally out. Let's see if they start reacting. Yep, looks like they've fallen back in. GNG has noticed that there's just cavalry going for them. If they lose this supply point, this is going to be very bad. This supply point is really important for them. And they do have lots of halberdiers already pulled out. Did they know this was happening? This is always the thing. I'm always wondering whether or not they knew this was happening, and the Liao Rangers going to try to brute force their way through. Doesn't seem like it's going to be very effective. And I would do a complete surround. Your Chevaliers should do wonders against those pikes. But whoa, you have just lost so much cavalry there because of the switch out, and that was really bad. Bad exchange. The sally out has been unsuccessful so far. They've already gotten an entire unit, and GNG is already at the A point. This supply point is solid and completely there. Like, the losses are insane coming out from SKZ. Like, great to go for the supply point straight away, but foolish to engage cavalry against Pike, and no one's there at the base point as GNG just sends a token number of people just going through. Yeah, Cav meta, but they're not doing too well. They need those crossbows to start shooting. They need those crossbows to shoot up those cavalry. I mean, those things hard, like really hard. GNG is completely like locked in onto this point, but not. What's very surprising is the crossbows are not killing as much as they should be, and this is what's important as well. They're throwing cavalry straight into a pile of anti-cav. Absolutely foolish move coming out from SKZ, not even utilizing the Chevaliers. Like, there's no point, there was no point of charging into a braced formation. They should have just circled that formation with their Chevaliers, just surround it with Chevaliers, just shoot. And it's very, very strange that they would take a sally out position like this. It's great to be aggressive, but at the same time, that's a hard nope. That's a hard nope. Fortibraccios, again, like, Fortibraccios are going to be your death sentence, but those halberdiers and medalls, definitely a death sentence as well. Unable to really establish themselves. They've got basically nothing left. They've got serfs. They've already thrown away both sets of cavalry, and running around is nothing. 13 minutes to go. GNG's probably got this in the bag. Wow. Like, that start of the fight. This is going to be a fast battle, but it's just... Oh my goodness. I've seen bad sally outs, but GNG seem to have reacted a bit too fast. Like, it's almost prophetic. Like, I don't know why, but every time I see SKZ fight, it's as if it's as if someone's telling them that what SKZ is doing. Or SKZ keeps shooting themselves in the foot here. At this point, I'm surprised that SKZ is still being aggressive. What are you doing, man? The tier 5 halberdier, the tier 3 halberdiers, like, there were like 6 of them, maybe. I'm pretty sure they had a lot of tier 3 halberdiers, and that's what really saved them for that supply point. But it's just why didn't you had Chevaliers? You could have like, this is the idiotic thing. It's just like, why did you just run in there? Why? And here, it's also really stupid. Why is GNG not just aiming for the win? They're going to where the SKZ is strong. And look at this. Look at this. Over-prepared much. Stop putting artillery down. They're not coming for you. I love the fact that SKZ is just doing such outrageous things, but this is it's I'm more baffled than anything than like. It's better than a bad team because SKZ is not. I mean, like SKZ is theoretically not a bad team. They actually commit, but it's just like their strategy just ended up really bad. Like GNG definitely reacted in such a way that just slaughtered SK. Like this here makes no sense to me. Like GNG is twice their unit number. And SKZ is still being quite aggressive with their defenses. Like, look, whoa! What are you doing? They have Chevaliers still. Like, why didn't they just come out with lots of Chevaliers if they were expecting handicap? And that's one of the this is also really stupid. Like GNG, stop farming kills and just win the battle. I don't believe that GNG is having fun right now because they feel like Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, definitely should have started the fight with Winged Hussars. If they Winged Hussar the supply point, like if they had enough Winged Hussars, they would have just killed the supply point. And this is what's really important about unit selections. Liao's great and all, great, but I would have gone with like full Chevaliers, completely outnumber the enemy, or I would have gone Winged Hussars. Like 15 Chevaliers charging at you with 15 crossbowmen. No amount of anti-cavalry is going to survive that. If they do it badly, they'll lose all of their anti-cavalry. At best, they'll have at least one shield unit to soak up, but if that shield unit gets killed by the cavalry, oh, you're donezo. You are absolutely donezo. And I don't understand, like, why SKZ would fail matchup so badly. Like, GNG should realize already that they could just walk right through SKZ, but they're moving so slowly that I'm just like, they're doing this on purpose to extend the runtime, and it's just like, why? You see this Liao Ranger? They've already lost so many units. 3 of you just chase that Liao Ranger. Even if they run a race for you, just chase them, because there's nothing that SKZ... Like, this is probably overconfidence from me, but it's just... It's like they didn't know that halves get buffed. It's not that they didn't know... Well, maybe they didn't know that halves were buffed, but it's just like... I can see that SKZ definitely are working together. They definitely have a plan, but it's just like... Sometimes, to best utilize your units, you actually gotta know what the fuck you're doing. It was very... How to say... annoying watching Liao Rangers go in on halberdiers, especially super stacked halberdiers like that. Like, a single halberdier by itself, you come in from any angle besides the front, a Liao Ranger will kill it. But when there's 3, maybe 5 halberdiers together, no amount of Liao Rangers running into that will kill it. Because what happens is that the halberdier starts trading up. And what I mean by up, I mean massively. Because one halberdier, all it takes to sacrifice to stop the Liao Rangers, and the rest of the halberdier is just a one-shot the Liao Rangers. And if you have 15 Liao Rangers charging into halberdiers, a bunch of Liao Rangers is going to die instantly. And then it's just a slow trickle of Liao Rangers just pushing up against the front line of those halberdiers. One line gets broken, the next line takes the hits, but they kill more Liaos. The next line gets hit, they kill more Liaos. Liaos beat halberdiers when the difference in numbers is small. When the difference in numbers is large, like, let's be real. There is 28 units in a halberdier. There is 16 in a Liao. Technically, through numbers, if you have 2 halberdiers per Liao, you would win. But the reason why Liaos win against halberdiers is because there is slightly less halberdiers to Liaos. And this is why they're more effective against halberdier sergeants than they are against halberdiers, because halberdiers have more bodies. Yeah, not in a position where someone is going to tank the damage, meaning other halberdiers. The Liaos could have just smashed the entire formation, but the problem here is that halberdiers have, including halberdier sergeants got buffed where the first attack from a cavalry takes massively reduced damage. That also applies to regular halberdiers. So regular halberdiers are not only taking massively less damage from the first hit, they are their own tank against cavalry, basically. A very exciting battle, don't get me wrong. But it comes at the expense of SKZ just being very stupid. Just very stupid. Like, that sally out could have been so glorious. Could have actually, like, if I'm gonna be real with you. A professional sally out, a really good organized sally out that beats the enemy even when they get countered, would be a sight to see. I don't believe that I don't believe that no one can pull off a sally out so good that it is impossible to defend against. Don't get me wrong, I do believe that a sally out is extraordinarily dangerous and extraordinarily high risk. But a good sally out should honestly be all about suppressing the enemy, and that is getting the enemy to be on the defensive. If the enemy's on the defensive, you have done your job. But the problem is that if the enemy's on the defensive and you run yourself through into their defensive line, you are doing something wrong. Because a sally out is to catch an unprepared enemy. It is to kill off all of the outskirts. The most amazing thing for a sally out to do was not to suppress it was not to just have them huddled around the supply point, but to kill everything around that supply point. All of those Liaos, all of their cavalry. Do mind this. The one thing that SKZ did right during that sally out was kill every single one of GNG's cavalry. All of their cavalry that was around that supply point, that wasn't on the supply point, being protected by all of the anti-cav, got killed. Amazing. Good job. The bad thing is that they threw their cavalry into a bunch of pikes. Dumbass move. You had Chevaliers easily just hammering. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Bang, 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 bang. You could have kept exchanging Chevaliers as well. Could have kept cavalry running around and around and around. You didn't need to engage. That's the thing. You had tools. You had amazing tools. You had Liao Rangers themselves have range options. Have them charge towards the halberdiers, shoot, run them off. You don't need to engage. And even then, you could have just walked the Liaos around, and if they step out of line, bam! Just smack them. Just smack them. Once the moment they expose any form of weakness. But when GNG just sat back, relaxed, and just let the enemy just fall in to their own doom, SKZ, I love your style sometimes. I love that you're trying something new, but I just hate it when you do it badly. Like, you have the guts to do something cool, but you just do it badly. And I mean, I'm all for to have a team that goes, the best defense is an offense. And my goodness, all goes. Oh my goodness, all stalwarts. That would be amazing. Just stalwart formation the entire time. I want SKZ. I want SKZ to keep fighting. I want SKZ to keep fighting unorthodox. I want them to come up with more unorthodox strategies, because what's fun is picking apart things that are different. Stay different. Continue to do the sally out. Be the man that goes, I'm going to only sally out. There is nothing like, if every defense you just sallied out, and you know that the enemy is expecting your sally out, just beat them. Just beat them to prove a point that even if you know what we're doing, we'll still beat you. Become so good at the sally out. I want you guys to become so good at the sally out that even if the team is ready for you, you're going to beat them. And you're going to beat them so badly that they're going to wonder how they're going to defend against you, because they will have no idea what to do. But the problem is that you don't even know how to do your own sally outs. And that is... man. That is just unfortunate. Conquerors stalwart. It's kind of true, it's kind of not. In CBL, spearman type units are very popular, but they don't exactly... They're not exactly as powerful as you think they are. One of the two of the reasons why spearman units are so powerful in regular sieges and stuff is because of doctrines. A lot of units, in fact, are much weaker, much weaker without doctrines. Crossbow units, in fact, so weak without double shot. Most ranged units actually suffer from this as well, like bonus accuracy, fire rate, those kinds of steel. All of the ranged units will just basically feel much worse. And that's the same with spearman type unit. They don't have their 2 bonus blocks, they don't have their extra armor, and even in fact now they don't even have the CC immunity. So like, spearman unit along with lance cavalry and crossbows are probably the 3 unit types that benefit from doctrines the most. And I mean this sincerely, like, Lance Cavalries have 2 of the most broken-ass doctrines you could ever see, and that is the 40% damage reduction while charging, and that is the charging damage increased by 275. That 275 is a lot of damage. Doesn't mean that they're not still useful, because they're still very powerful. They had Chevaliers! They had Chevaliers. And they had Chevaliers. They had Chevaliers. They could have just stood there. They could have just had the Chevaliers just stand there and shoot towards that damn supply point the entire time. And it's just like, nah, bro. I mean, we need to charge that supply point so that they don't move from it. They're not moving! You should have set up all of your Chevaliers around that supply point, every single angle surrounding it, and they just shoot. Shoot, bang, shoot, bang, shoot, bang. So much damage coming out of those Mez crossbowmen that would force the enemy heroes to come out. And every time an enemy hero respawns, because you're so strong, they respawn, they come in with a whack and a bang. Our rangers are just circling continuously. No matter what you do, they just get killed. I want to see a good Sally out, but it's just man, literally anything other than yeah, basically. Yeah, basically, instead of just straight up inting into the enemy, they could have just not do that. That's an absolutely viable strategy. Just don't be an idiot. I mean, I gotta give GNG a lot of respect for not just fighting a 15v13 after that display. Overconfidence is an insidious killer, but at the same time, I'm also of the belief that SKZ maybe I'm just gonna check if they've actually won fights. I think I've like watched one of your battles before, and I think I laughed my ass off. No, this is the first time. Huh. I swear to God, I've seen one of your battles before. SKZ. Oh, I watched the OISU versus SKZ, and they got their ass handed to them. I'm pretty sure. Oh man, that's the best description of doctrines I've ever heard of. Doctrines are just a seal clubbing idea. I'll be honest, it's probably true, because not only are there levels for units, doctrines add so much power that it's not even a contest of how much power it adds. It's so powerful that one doctrine could literally make a unit so much more efficient that it's crazy. And it's like almost insurmountable. Against equally skilled opponents, it is literally impossible to overcome. No amount of skill will overcome the power of doctrines sometimes. And I mean, like, it could be as simple as like one extra damage. I mean, like, in the grand scheme of things, the actual numbers need to be bigger than one damage. I think a significant change is around about 5%. But then again, you got some doctrines that add like maybe 20, maybe 15% more power. 20 to 15% sounds about right. And you have 5 of them. Well, you can have up to 5 of them. But it could be from different aspects as well. I know that like some defensive ones like add so much power. It's like 10% extra defense is like 100 armor for everything. Oh my goodness! Anyway, enough about that. GNG going out with a lot of tier 4. SKZ, surprising, no gimmick this time. Um, I mean, like personally, I would totally run with a gimmick. I would totally run with a gimmick. Just go all of one thing. Have the opportunity to. So a lot of tier 5s coming out from the attackers, a lot of tier 4s coming out from GNG. GNG is going to go with a bleed style. Well, I mean, like again, it's going to be harder for GNG because they have mostly tier 4s and matching up against a lot of tier 5s. You can get some good matchups against tier 5 to tier 4s, but in the end, SKZ has to fight around about 3 sets of battles, while GNG could end it in 2. So, good luck to either side. I don't think SKZ has really shown themselves to be really a forward thinker, and really hasn't really won big in a big on fight yet. So I'm hoping that maybe this attack will show me something different. So it does look like they were scared of a Sally out and immediately have Fortebraccio with Medaus. A nice setup to protect against Sally outs. I love the Claymores as well. Claymores, if you throw a Claymore with a Iron Reaper together, that could be an amazing combination. Roar of Faith with Highland Charge mixing with an Iron Reaper Charge. Those two together will basically open some heads. No one wants to get hit by an Iron Reaper Charge. Unless you're a Fortebraccio, then you don't get hit with anything. Everything just dies by walking into you. That was kind of foolish, putting a mortar there where they could actually hit it. That's why they hide behind this thing here, or come really close. Sometimes, like, putting it here is really good because you can shoot down the stairwell here. And also, this corner, shoot the Falconetti gunners, especially changed Falconetti gunners. I think you can still find some remnants of... I don't understand, like, why don't they put a Culverin? I put a Culverin down here, like, in this spot all the time. And I shoot all of these things off of the wall. Easiest 5 artillery kills of my life. Normally, because these 2 sets get tribbed, and I miss. I normally don't get all 6 of these things because someone else destroys something. Siege Towers goes down. GNG does a pretty good job at destroying Siege Towers. I don't think SKZ is making really a lot of headway with the mortarings, but then again, GNG is also doing a good job at killing those mortars. I would definitely move up the mortars so that I can shoot down on top of the stairs just to have a look. I love my Winged Hussars. Winged Hussars is a very great unit. We got the front gate battering down. No one's using those things. GNG has fallen back into the thing. There's no one up on the wall. And I would poke my head, like... I think both teams are kind of sitting back very far away. SKZ could definitely save themselves some time by just having heroes up on the wall. Guess they haven't realized this. I, again, haven't realized this, but this many heroes on the ground means that... Why are you going through the front gate? Oh my god, it feels like they're walking into a trap. I can see this trap coming from a mile away, and that's not because I can see where everyone is. This is a stupid move. You even stopped pushing the siege towers. What are you doing? Holy shit. Iron Reapers go up onto the wall. That's fine. He actually took the road to get up onto the wall. Man, for a second there, I thought they were about to be idiots. You're killing me. You're actually killing me, man. Half a brain cell to figure out that GNG's all on the ground. I can't believe you also stopped pushing the siege towers. The most important thing about taking an alternate route, and what the hell, where did he die? Oh, okay. The most important thing about taking an alternate route is that you know that you outnumber the enemy. If you're gonna go through the front gate, don't go through the front gate with everyone. You just need you just need enough people to go through the front gate that anyone on the ground will just get eliminated. But if you see that if you see 10 heroes on the ground, that means there are 10 units on the ground. A little bit shorter range, could shoot directly at them. Doing very well with mortar fire, with bayonet fire here. And again, taking this fight here in the other round, turns around for a fight. There's men at arms in here? What are you doing, GNG? The winged assaults are coming through, but they are getting getting distracted by one Axe Raider. The Fortebraccio was not pointed towards the winged assaults and just went straight on through. Right on through the Fortebraccios. Doing very well. FKZ is slaughtering their way towards that supply point. And does look like one of GNG members did DC. We have a Daggeric Lancer who's kind of pushed their way sideways. Oh man, that shield unit's barely hanging on. Finally gets finished off. Having a couple of Iron Reapers surviving the Shield Maidens are probably the most terrifying thing. A nice sweep by the Daggeric Lancers could turn the tide, but they do end up dying instead. Good, good, good. One by one, SKZ is falling, and the Shield Maidens could do amazing here, but the cavalry charge does take him out finally. GNG completely washes the streets with victory. SKZ loses out big, I would say. Probably 1-to-1 exchanges. That means that is a massive one-up. I'm very confused with this play here. GNG falls back, in fact. Falls back. A little bit too aggressive. But we'll pick up a halberdier, I guess. Oh man, but they lost more halberdiers than I thought they would. I think that glaive should have jumped down. I think that glaive should have definitely jumped down to take out that halberdier instead of losing so many. Oh my goodness. What is happening to this battle right now? We got some Tundra humans coming in. Goodbye, Kong. Icon. There's too many icons on the field. I'm not being racist when all of your names are icon. It doesn't help when all of you are wearing the Minotaur armor as well. You are one in body and mind. And you will all die. Now, this is a scenario where GNG could easily shoot themselves in the foot by being here. Because I'm definitely thinking that the SKZ could just go straight over. Just go straight over. Take that supply point every single time. This has been successful for every other team. Getting hit by mortars, funnily enough. Oh, a fight in the center could be very bad, in fact. If SKZ takes a fight in the center, they will get murdered, I would say. Oh no, why? Get back! Get back! You switched to swords in the middle of all of that. Just sacrifice the loyal guards, keep moving across. You have time. You have time to keep moving across.
A walk in the park.
Except for the fact that the backline, nice grab, I guess. GNG is still split. You don't want to go through the center because you're going to get sandwiched. And there is so much artillery that you need to go through a different avenue because you're just getting bombarded. So stop going to the right, stop going to the middle, go to the left! Don't listen to me though. Figure out something on your own. At this point, I am wondering whether or not you actually are one of body and mind, because half of you seem to want to go for the right-hand side, and half of you want to go for the left-hand side. And this left-hand side push is going to be very foolish because there's only 5 of you. 3! Actually 4. But not bad with the not bad with the exchange there. That is a massive pickup, but you need to get those Iron Reapers out before they get charged again. Why aren't you catching this cavalry? All of this cavalry can easily be caught. Halberdiers, brace! Stop moving them forward. Well, I guess they were probably moving forward beforehand. Gonna get charged again. The Water Brusher is not finishing off those Halberdiers just yet. Massive battle here in the center, and I missed a section of it, but the cavalry charges are absolutely murdering SKZ right now. Oh my god! Although that was not as devastating as I thought it would be, but actually I take that back. An entire stalwart just got cleaned out. Luckily the Iron Reapers survived that, but Jesus!
A walk in the park.
GNG is almost playing with their food at this point. They are... You can tell that they could be way more aggressive on occasions. And they have resources to spare now, because SKZ's out. Like, there is nothing left from SKZ to turn the tide. Unless they start killing heroes like crazy. Like, in terms of hero kills, they're actually still down as well. Did you just lose the Halberdier? Where's the Halberdier? You lost the Halberdier. You're kidding.
The bravest of the brave.
Surfed army gonna come in. There's still so many Daggerrack Lancers on the field that the Winged Hussar is still on the field. That definitely gonna punch a hole through everything. I think the Daggerrack Lancers by themselves will do fairly well, but Demez Pikemen has had their uses, like line formation through... Oh, Jesus, that's not gonna be good. The Border Brusher is gonna be already very difficult to deal with. Every single brace unit that is superior to your surf unit is going to be super difficult to deal with. Your Rattan, surprisingly I'm going to say this, but like your Rattan Swordsman is kind of your best bet at breaking through a pike line right now, because walking in there is a death sentence. Look how fast the farmers are dying. You actually have a Daggerrack Lancer, and they actually rolled on through. And here comes the Winged Hussar, because, oh jeez, that is painful to watch, as man, the double cavalry charge just cleans up so many serfs just now. I think I just watched over 300 units just die.
A walk in the park.
300 units just died, almost like within 30 seconds, I would say. Now, Here's the kicker. There is another win condition for both teams. They can kill all of the enemy heroes until literally there is no one left. This goes for attackers and defenders. Problem with this one is that it's harder to kill all of the defenders because they can stay in the invulnerability zone. But the attackers on this map don't have an invincible area, so GNG could farm the remaining heroes from SKZ for the last minute and 20 seconds, but man, is this a... like... Sometimes I'm just wondering whether or not SKZ is any good, or whether or not I'm just watching GNG just have them walk into their own trap. Like GNG gave up sections of the map where they didn't need to, or could have definitely just closed out earlier because of superior skill.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
But maybe I think GNG's style is to be defensive, and it just goes against SKZ's style, which is all-in offensive. But the counterattacks from GNG does makes me wonder why they're not more aggressive. Is he the last one alive? No, he's not. Am I disappointed with this battle? For the first one, no. For the second one, definitely. I think it's a little bit of disappointment that GNG hasn't really shown anything spectacular. And it's very unfortunate that SKZ also just shows that they're not very good.
Summons you.
They're really walking into bad situations with massive disadvantages when they don't need to.
Child's play.
Also, I kind of like the fact that the Winged Stars here have actually kind of paid themselves off multiple times over. I'm pretty sure that Winged Stars have had so many good charges.
Together we stand.
I've just been complaining all day. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you watch a good battle, then a bad battle, then a bunch of bad a bunch of bad battles. But in the end, I do think both teams, well, I do think GNG at least put in a little bit more effort than SKZ. SKZ put in more effort in the second one to at least think. But I love the commitment coming out from SKZ starting out. I just think that a Sally strategy could be a go-to strategy that could be closed out. Like, it could be a dominant strategy if someone wanted to. But no team puts in the effort to make that strategy win. To set that up for success. It's either magically successful against an unprepared team, or it's absolutely or it's absolutely a death sentence as they walk right into a trap. Nonetheless, I think SKZ has a lot to learn, and definitely very inexperienced. GNG has had experience, but doesn't seem to really had an opportunity to show off their skills. So that is what I have to say about that battle. In the end, both sets of battles not really showing off really good. No real good display, I would think. So I watched... Who did I watch, actually? I watched KG versus BOD. I do think that KG was being silly. I think SKZ was being silly, but they had commitment, at least determination. KG kind of was like... KG was the opposite. They did not commit. So they kept doing bad plays, and they were kept doing bad plays by walking into bad decisions. Nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I hope you like my commentary. There won't be any matches for tomorrow, since tomorrow is TW, but I hope you guys will enjoy. I hope you guys will catch me on the Wednesday, and I'll be watching. Right now, I am signed up for WBJQ versus HS, and following that it is UNSC versus MFLM. So I hope you guys can catch me in 2 days' time. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. But other than that, my name's Etsukai. Have a nice day. Bye for now.